Hello, welcome to the Craft House Magic YouTube channel. My name's Ellie and today I'm going to show you how to join the panels for the nestbox shawl or the Popstars blanket. Now I've just pegged them in place with these little clips. I've got some of these on the website if you're interested. I'll pop a link in the description bar down below. But first thing we need to do is make sure that you've got your yarn attached. If you have got yarn left over for where you actually did your grafting and it's long enough, you might be able to do the whole sort of one side of joining without actually having to reattach any. But here I've got two sides I need to sew together. So I've cut a piece of yarn that is at least 3 times the length of that seam that I'm going to join, and then I'm going to attach it to the back of the work using a duplicate stitch. I've threaded a darning needle onto my yarn, so I'm going to start quite close to the edge. I can go this way and then back again to make sure it's really securely tethered into the fabric so it doesn't slip out and your actual thread doesn't slip out while it's being used. So you can either go through here and then up through the next purl bump, because you're sort of doing a knit stitch over 2 rows like this, which is quite easy to complete. Or if you want to be really fussy, so you can go up through the purl bump here and then actually follow where the stitches go. Exactly. But you should be okay if you just do it over 2 rows, to be honest, and it is easier to work across going through the purl bumps rather than doing a proper duplicate stitch. So I'm going to go down this way a bit and then back the other way. And then I'm going to go down the I-cord by going down the side of the knit stitches and then coming out of the end where I need to start joining to this piece. So I like to have a nice solid join where you've got 3 diamonds coming together. So I scoop into the 2 diamonds here and go back into the diamond that I've come from and do that again. There we go. So I now need to start joining these 2 edges together. So these are I-cords. So what I like to do is, if you hold the I-cord onto the side and scoop into the I-cord, you're not only getting the bar across here, but you're actually scooping deeper into that I-cord to make a more secure join. So if you take that and then try and keep it in line with the adjacent I-cord and scoop into it the same, but trying to scoop a little bit past so that you've got not just that bar going across where that stitch is, but you're going a bit deeper into it and perhaps catching another thread from inside the I-cord so that it really holds onto it really well. If you do that, then when you sort of pull them apart, it doesn't pull any threads, so it looks like a nice secure join. So you want to work like that all the way down the I-cord. Try only to do sort of 1 knit row each time rather than skipping them, because I do find that if you do it too far apart, then you haven't got that secure join. With it being a blanket, you need a nice secure join all the way along. I'm trying to keep along the same line between the two I-cords so that it is the point where it would naturally join, rather than going around to the front or the back of the I-cord, if that makes sense. Sometimes, because you might have different stitch counts on here, on this I-cord compared to this I-cord, because you've got you've got like the row count and then the stitch count on this one, if that makes sense. There's different numbers of rows. You just need to make sure that whatever point you come out of this side lines up with, you know, you just pick the point that lines up with wherever your yarn comes out on the other side. Obviously, once you get to the point where you're going to be stitching into this corner, you have to move your little clips. You can use bulb pins, but I find the clips keep the fabric together a bit closer to where I want it to line up. You might have to go into the same area a few times when you're right in this corner. I'm taking a little bit of fabric from both of the diamonds there and going back into the same point in this diamond to get it a nice close corner in there. And then we can start working in this direction. When you're working down the side, every so often I just put it on the table and just make sure that everything is still in alignment, because things can wiggle while you're working on them. So when you're getting close to the end, you can remove that last little clip. And do exactly the same as you did the other end, making sure that you stitch the end of the 3 diamonds together, bring it all together nicely. And I can go into that a couple of times. So then I'm going to go to the back of the work and I'm going to sew my end in the same sort of way. I'm going to work into the stitches, doing a duplicate stitch as before, as we started. So you will need at least 3 times the length that you're sewing together in yarn when you're joining DK diamonds together. So there we are, that's joined in, and you can see one star panel is completely together. Now this needs a good block because the diamonds naturally want to scooch in this way, but they need to be blocked out just a little bit to get their shape nicely. It looks like a diamond English paper piece in pattern really, but there we go. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I've put links to the pattern in the description bar down below if you'd like to find it, and I shall see you in the next tutorial. Bye.